This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
Ugh.
Pour it out. Wait. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. Today we are doing another Soap Maker Reacts. If you've never been on the channel before and this is your first foray into Royalty Soaps, I have been making soaps for 13 plus years at this point. I am a professional soap maker. It is my full-time job. My brother Elisha compiled these videos for me, so I have literally no idea what I'm about to watch, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first video that we're going to watch is a YouTube short.
Whoa.
Okay. All right, man smells soap. I mean, hey, maybe it smells great. Okay. Single-use soaps. Okay, this is, okay, that's a decent hack. That's a decent hack. You watch so many of these videos and the hacks just get more and more ridiculous. It's obviously just a content farm trying to make something that's so ridiculous that people like rage type,
I hate this, what are you doing?
But turning a larger bar of soap into smaller pieces of soap to take with you camping or whenever you're traveling, that's not a bad idea. Did you have to do all the extra steps of like making it perfectly cylindrical and like cutting it all into perfectly? No. You can just take a regular bar of soap, cut it up into thin pieces, and use it. But I can't knock the hack because it's a good one. Okay, reheating soap that you already have, adding water, adding lavender, adding essential oil. There's a lot of things wrong with this. One, not all soaps that you have will melt properly, and you didn't list how much water that you added, but I was looking at that and I'm telling y'all, this is just going to turn into soap soup. If you're going to do rebatching, which is a type of soap making, if you will, there is a proper soap to water ratio and there's a proper type of soap to use for that method. When you add especially essential oil, there are IFRA guidelines for how much of that you should add to your soap, bath and body products, etc., so that it's safe and doesn't cause skin irritation. Dried lavender will look like mouse poop. I'm just gonna say it. I've said it before. Do not put dried lavender. I know it's the easiest dried flower to add to a melt and pour project. Fight the urge. You will not be happy with the results. Okay. Pours it into a cup, adds even more lavender, lets it dry overnight. A new bar of soap.
How'd you get it out of that cup?
How'd you get it? I saw that cup. It was like glass. How did you get that out? That soap that she's holding at the end is not the soap she was melting at the beginning. It's not, it's just not. An orange? Cut up the orange. Okay, add some baking soda, add some water. Shake it up real good. Is this the way to make orange essential oil? Okay, pour it out. Wait. Oh, okay. Can you see the suds in the sink? That's the residual soap still left on that sponge that used real soap beforehand. Because let me tell you something, putting some oranges in some water and then being like, hey,
Safe to cleanse your stuff!
no. Wet oranges will not clean your dishes, folks. That is not a hack. That was there to get your view. You know, watching people overcomplicate soap really makes me appreciate when things aren't that difficult. It's like building a website with today's sponsor, Squarespace. I have been working behind the scenes on a new website for the Royal Creative Academy, which is the segment of my YouTube channel where I do tutorials, free DIYs, and essentially give you a lot of soapy secrets. One of the absolute coolest features that Squarespace has is their design intelligence. They essentially ask some really easy questions to sort of get a feel for what you as a creator are looking for in your website. Sprinkle in a little of their AI fairy dust and poof, you have a gorgeous professional looking website without any of the coding or the stressing. And let me tell you, because Inspiration for soap strikes literally anywhere. I love their mobile editing because I can create pages or design tweaks literally wherever I am with my mobile phone. It's a full like creative command center in your pocket. And if you have like a lot of projects going on at once, you can use their portfolio pages. So you can organize your tutorials or like a class preview or downloadable content all into one clickable format. So whether you're starting a blog, teaching a course, or just want a place online to call your own, now is the time to try Squarespace. Head on over to squarespace.com/royaltysoaps to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use code royaltysoaps for 10% off your purchase of a website or domain. Once again, that is squarespace.com/royaltysoaps to start your free trial and royalty soaps at checkout of your first website or domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, back into the soap chaos. Okay, little dude doesn't want to stop playing with his toys. That's so boring. Soap is boring. So make a fun kid soap with a toy in it. This works. It is a good hack. And I'll tell you firsthand, I have 2 kids now, both of them. If you put a toy into anything that they don't want to do, suddenly this is no longer a chore, it's a reward, and it's fun. And quite frankly, we don't have to limit that concept to children. If you gave me a soap with a toy in it, I'm like,
This is better. It's just better.
they used melt and pour for this project. That's the perfect thing to use. We have seen the rubber ducky in the soap hack. Looks like it's swimming in a pond many, many times. This was a classic thing to do in the 90s and early 2000s as like, I don't know, a birthday party thing. They had it in all the little soapy books. It's a great idea. It's a great hack. Yay, now he wants to wash his hands. Yes, very good. All right, so loofah in the soap. Another hack that actually does work. Okay, soap in a mold with a toy. Now the toy is embedded, so you don't get to get the toy until you've used the soap. Another great hack. However, I will say that does create an incentive to like scratch it out with your fingernails, so might end up being potentially more wasteful. Still, in my opinion, a good hack. Whoa, okay, so just dump that mica right in there. Oh my gosh! Okay, so an entire soap bouquet. I actually kind of love it. I'm not gonna lie. It's completely impractical. That's not the point. But just a little strawberry little bouquet, that's fun. Suck all the, okay, okay, you could potentially do the egg thing. Might I suggest a silicone egg mold instead? Just in case you don't get all of the egg out of
The eggshell?
you know, like the soap, the egg, it can get kind of gross in there. Perhaps not. Perhaps a silicone mold. Then you crack it and it's a perfect egg. You can also use Easter eggs for this because they're plastic. You can take them apart. Okay, more toys, rubber ducky. Oh my gosh. Perform an operation on the rubber duck. Okay, fill it with soap, use it as a mold. This would work, maybe. A lot of work though, like a lot of work for that one. I kind of want to try it. Soap base, soap dye. Very good. Nice to see that they specify soap dye this time. Ah, making like a fidget toy. That would work. That would definitely work. I mean, obviously the kid won't be able to do the fidget part, but kind of, you know, relaxing, kind of massaging. Okay, moldable. Wait, what am I looking at? Are they gonna make a croissant?
Croissant.
I guess so. Again, you can get a mold for this, but I think that could potentially work. I see some ingenuity there, and they're using a melt and pour soap base, so I'm not gonna knock that one. I think it could be done. Ooh, soap volcano. No, okay, to make like a soap design. This works incredibly well with cold process soap. As you can see with the melt and pour, you end up with sort of like a mottled mess. Melt and pour doesn't pour and spread the same way as cold process does. Cold process has more like a pudding texture, but putting a column, a funnel, anything in the middle of a mold, pouring down that thing in the middle does create a really, really, really cool soap design, just not with melt and pour. They just use the wrong type of soap. I mean, yeah, that just doesn't look good. Like, the thought is there, execution, okay, but the final result is not great. Grate up some soap. What we gonna do with it? Add some oatmeal, add some hot water. Okay. Okay, I don't like that. I think for this, it just feels like incredibly unnecessary. If you have the option to use melt and pour soap and you have a toy to embed, just embed it. You don't have to do the whole extra adding water, adding oatmeal. At that point, you are kind of creating an environment where mold or other bacteria could potentially grow just because the amount of water interacting with those oats, it may also start to stink over time. So definitely not a good hack. Shimmer mica. Okay, yes, like the golden egg. I understand the point. It's just not a good idea. Okay, soap in a soap mold. Great. Pour some shampoo in there, put a lid on it. Heat seal it. Okay, but then you have to open it. They're like perfect for travel. No. You know what is perfect for travel? Shampoo bars. Shampoo bars are perfect for travel. It is a concentrated version of shampoo. No water, like 95% active product. Where can you get it? RoyaltySoaps.com. Okay, wait, whoa, what just happened? Rewind that, what just happened? How did they make that mold? I mean, that's obviously a completely different soap now, this green thing, but this is going so quickly, I don't even have time to like process all this. Ugh! Bug on the hand. Like, no. Ew. Gross. Okay, whipped soap base. That would not work. Let me tell you why. Whenever you whip that soap base, the integrity and like the density of the soap breaks down completely. It will float on water and it's kind of fun just for like the novelty of it, but it would never be able to like hold on to a stick. You couldn't put it on a stick and use it on your body. It would just crumble into a million pieces. I'm not sure if they're just like not pushing hard or if they like glued this on, but this is 100% fake. Okay, some soap base in a mold. Oh, that's actually really cute. Okay, I like that. All you need is melt and pour soap in a mold. That's not even a hack. It's just like, here's me making soap that looks like a dumpling. And it does look delicious, and I totally want to make that now. Okay, more soap in a mold. What you make? A snack! Oh yeah, so creepy and sneaky. I actually like the snake one. That's cute. What is that? I've had enough. I'm done. It's also like 15 minutes long, and I think it's just gonna end up being like, here's melt and pour in a mold, here's melt and pour in a mold, and like, okay, I got it, let's move on. That is unhinged. That is one of the weirdest things I have ever seen. Ew, 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 ew. So, grating up dish soap, melting it, pine glow? What is that?
Huh?
What was the point of this? I don't know what this is supposed to clean. I don't know if it's for you. I don't even know what that thing is in the middle. What is pine glow? What does it say on there? Yeah, like a cleaner, but then they don't show you how to use it. They don't tell you anything about it. I see. Down here it says perfect for laundry or freshening up the toilet. Why? What is wrong with the things we already have to do those things? You don't need a hack for that. You don't need to heat it on the stove. No, no. What do the comments say? Great hack. I should try. Lazy hacks. Oh, I see. All the other life hack things are like perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Honestly, this is probably the same person with multiple accounts commenting for engagement. No.
I don't want it. I know what to do. cut it like this. Pour it here.
No, do not put food coloring in your soap. I know that that's tempting. And if you've never made soap before and that's something that you're considering because food coloring is cheaper than soap dye, let me just be the first to tell you, it is not going to work the same. Whatever is like holding that dye and making it a gel does not mix well with soap. It's not intended for that purpose and it just kind of curdles and gets really, really weird. So if you're on a budget and you're really trying to make some fun soap at home, try your local craft store for colors. You can get a lot of different liquid colors on Amazon. They're not going to be the best quality, but they will still get the job done for you so that at least you have a variety of colors to pick from and that are actually intended for soap making. Don't feel bad if you just thought, hey, maybe I'll just hack this with some food coloring. I'm just here to tell you it won't work. Okay, yeah, see,
Nice.
No, see,
And
no.
voila, you're done. Wow.
Okay. I've had about enough of that. I don't have anything else to say.
This mom's hack is pure genius. She sprays soap on tissue, spreads it out, dries it, then cuts it into pieces. Packed in a bag, she grabs one, adds water, and boom! Instant portable soap wipes. No mess, no hassle. Would you try this?
Okay, I think that would actually work. I mean, you then are left with, what are you gonna do with that paper towel? But it's kind of the same concept, I guess, as like baby wipes. So I don't know if that's gonna be used like to clean your hands or like to wipe something down. I guess it could be used for pretty much anything. So if you're using paper towels in your home pretty regularly, I think that one may actually work. Again, I don't really understand the point of it. You could also just buy wipes, but maybe it would be more cost effective to use a paper towel and just put some soap on it and dry it out. Another TikTok. Ooh. Is this a genre of ASMR I don't know about? I have questions here. First of all, can you buy soap that is that thin, like single-use soaps that thin? Because if so, that's a great idea, especially for like traveling and stuff. I think this is just for the sound. And if so, this feels very, very wasteful. Again, I know people are gonna say content, blah, 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 but I guess I can give benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're going to use these later on by mixing them in melt and pour and making like a confetti colored soap. I'd love to think that all of that soap didn't go into the trash, because what they should at least do is donate it to Eco Soap Bank. Eco Soap Bank takes soaps and soap scraps from all around the world. They recycle it. They employ women around the world and they pay them equitable wages. And then they distribute that soap bar to children in need. So I'm just saying, if you're gonna just squish up soap for a video, donate the soap. Okay, dial soap being heated in a pan. Why?
We want this to melt all the way
Oh
down.
gosh, and I tell you
Look
what,
at
this is gonna
that.
stink. Like, it's going to start to
Perfectly
smell
melted
very
just
bad.
the way we want. Some purple to this.
Okay,
I'm so
whipping
I'm
it.
just putting this in. Putting this on just like this, and we're putting it in to the glove. And we want it
But
all the way
why?
down into the fingers. Okay. Like that. All right, now that we have it all full, you see all of the fingers have their placement.
Why? I just promise you, nothing that's about to be said is gonna make me go, ah, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Also, why whip it beforehand? Because I've seen the soap pack, you know, where they pour the melt and pour soap into the glove and then they pick the glove off and they're like, woo, you can use this for soap. That makes sense. But whipping it, now it's in a form that's never gonna get like hard. It's gonna stay airy and fluffy. So what are we doing?
One of these squeegees, but you want this side on the end. So you're gonna push this down. Oh. See how it turns out? Okay. And it looks just like this. It's a fun way just to...
Yeah, and then she was like washing her hands but like barely touching it. It's because it's not solid anymore. You guys, if you want to do this, just use melt and pour. Like, I'm gonna try not to be too judgmental. If you want to have a hand sitting on your bathroom counter, to each their own. We all like our soaps, I guess, in different shapes and sizes. But please don't heat it on the stove dial. Like, please. Please, don't do that. I hear Caleb in there laughing at me. I know, but like, aren't all of these videos of fake hacks, aren't they all trolling us?
There's a different spirit behind posting a video and laughing your butt off and posting because you're like, all right, time to infect the world with more soulless content and make my wallet a little bit fatter. They didn't make any money off of that. Come on.
What, so you're saying I was being too harsh?
They're being goofballs.
Okay, so if you're the original poster of this dial soap hack video, get in touch with me because maybe I was too hard on you. Maybe you were trolling. Maybe you were making fun of other soap hacks. I don't know. I was taking it seriously for an educational moment until my husband told me I was supposed to think it was funny. Oops. Are y'all ready for the last video? It's another TikTok. What you got? Don't use slippery, germy soap. Ooh. First of all, I am pro googly eyes on almost everything except for this. But like when you add the googly eyes to something that's being shredded, a line has been crossed. Oh, there's more googly eyes. What the heck? Oh, there's a link in bio. Incredible. Okay, I have to go see if I can find this. Oh my gosh, $22. I don't know about that. It seems a little steep for what we're getting here, which is really just kind of a glorified cheese grater. Still, we can respect the hustle. They saw a need, I suppose, and are trying to assist. And with a really hard bar of soap, one that's like commercially made, that would probably work until I guess it gets kind of gunked up and then the blades are like not cutting anything because they've got soap scum on them. I don't know, I haven't used it. Maybe it's great. Well, glad to see that the content farms truly haven't improved. They are still misbehaving. They are still adding essential oils in without measuring anything. They're still telling people to boil down regular soap, add copious amounts of water, and then telling them they'll be able to unmold it 24 hours later. Glad to see in like the 5 years I've been reacting to bad soap hacks,
Nothing has changed.
I really want some encouragement. So at this point, I think I should start reacting to real soap makers. I think I should pop on over to TikTok and YouTube Shorts and watch some soap being made by real small businesses and real soap makers actually suiting up in protective gear, actually creating a product with a passion, and actually providing some useful content that is not only educational but also pretty to look at. And if you want to see more soapy designs that I create, come back to the YouTube channel Tuesday or Friday of next week. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment down below telling me if you agree with my commentary or if you think I was being too hard on those girls with the dial soap in the pan.
Caleb.
I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Do something fun for yourself today, and I will see you all in the next video. So until then, bye for now.